We publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Number 10. The incredible Jessica James.
Have you been on Tinder long, or are you just...
Alright, I'm gonna stop you right there because I'm not loving the whole vibe of this interaction so far, and I would literally rather have my period for 1,000 years non-stop than continue this portion of the conversation.
Considering the positive reviews that this 2017 film received, we're genuinely surprised it doesn't have more widespread popularity. The incredible Jessica James, starring Jessica Williams, tells the oh-so-relatable story about two people who come together, but who still aren't over their exes.
Come on.
Go! Seriously!
Jess. Jess.
Jess. Jess.
You alright?
Featuring some familiar faces, in situations that every millennial has encountered, you can't help but love it. The titular character of this quirky modern rom-com is magnetic, and leaves you wishing this were a half-hour TV show rather than a one-off film, so you could just keep binging to your heart's content.
You're a very complicated person.
I know. I'm sorry.
No, don't. You never need to apologize for that. There's so many other things you could apologize for.
Number 9. Happy Anniversary.
Love. It's the meaning of life. It's powerful, magical, and wonderful. Until it's not.
You may recognize Noelle Wells as the primary love interest from the first season of Master of None, but more recently, she was starring in this film.
I'm not happy.
What?
With an engaging premise and a distinctly indie vibe, Happy Anniversary takes a look at a couple 3 years into their relationship who are deciding whether they should stick it out or call it quits.
I just want to be happy.
It's not called gently reclining in love, it's called falling in love. Because yeah, it could hurt, but you're never gonna know unless you jump off the ledge.
The film features a series of flashbacks, so that viewers get to experience their relationship right along with them as they decide how to move forward.
Maybe Molly and I are just too different. Like I see the glass of water as half full, she sees the water as poison.
Number 8. A Christmas Prince. If you were on the internet in the holiday season of 2017, you undoubtedly heard of this movie.
This assignment could jumpstart your career.
A Christmas Prince was the subject of countless articles and blog posts because of its potential to become a cult favorite, despite the fact that it was, well, pretty terrible.
What are you waiting for?
It seems that the creators of this movie were going for a so bad it's good concept, and they totally pulled it off.
Why are they staring?
Because you look perfect. Palace is a lonely place for a king without a queen.
If you already saw this one but want to get in the holiday spirit all over again, try Christmas Inheritance, which has a similar vibe.
Tradition, friendship, and love. Those are the most important things that we could ever give each other.
Number 7. The Kissing Booth. The critics may not have fallen in love with this one, but viewers sure did.
Okay, the student council is expecting our idea for the fundraiser today.
Kissing Booth!
Released in May of 2018,
The Kissing Booth is the type of teen rom-com that can become your guilty pleasure, no matter how long it's been since you were a high school student. It focuses on Elle, a somewhat awkward girl who develops a major crush on her best friend's older brother, who just so happens to be totally off limits. You can imagine what happens next. But no matter how predictable, this movie is a blast to watch.
Just need to get your laundry.
Come in.
Hi, honey.
Hey, Mom.
Don't forget, we're going out on Saturday, and I invited the Evanses.
Number 6. Ollie's Wedding. Osama Sami wrote and stars in this film that he calls the first Muslim rom-com, which debuted on Netflix in 2017.
So, you like enough, Ali?
I got 96 also. 0.4.
Ollie's Wedding tells the story of a young Muslim man living in Australia who faces extreme pressure from his family to live up to their high expectations and marry the woman who they think is the right match for him.
You can't be seen together or speak to her. What would people say? Your father?
I know.
You know our daughter, Yumna. Hello.
G'day.
Unfortunately though, the heart wants what it wants. So even though he's betrothed, he strikes up a romance with someone else. It's a movie unlike anything you've seen before, and offers up some diverse representation.
Do you really want to be with me forever?
Number 5. Tramps. This definitely isn't your typical romance movie, but that doesn't mean it isn't worth seeing.
Are you the guy?
You the guy?
I'm the girl.
Tramps has 95% on Rotten Tomatoes, and for good reason. It manages to take the story of a crime gone wrong and turn it into a touching romance. Danny and Ellie are both involved in a botched briefcase swap and spend the day together trying to rectify their mistake.
Tell me your name. You got a boyfriend?
I live with a Ricky.
No, I had a lizard named Ricky once.
They don't expect things to take a romantic turn, and neither does the viewer, but the end result will surprise you with how effective it is.
So what do you think?
About what?
About my mustache.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it looks better with it.
Number 4. Us and Them. This high-concept Chinese film earned a perfect rating on Rotten Tomatoes from critics, and will pique your interest as soon as you're introduced to the premise.
为什么从来都没有一个故事从头到尾都是幸福？
幸福不是故事，不幸才是。
那我不想跟你之间发生什么故事。
A young man and woman meet by chance on a train, and viewers watch their relationship ebb and flow over a 10-year period. They are sometimes together and sometimes apart, but regardless of the nature of their relationship, each scene is emotionally evocative and beautifully shot. Yes, you'll have to read some subtitles, but it's totally worth it.
哎，小姑娘，地上这票是你的吧？我是林建清。
我是方小小。
Number 3. Our Souls at Night. Jane Fonda and Robert Redford star in the Netflix adaptation of Kent Harroff's novel Our Souls at Night, which tells the story of 2 elderly people who have lost their spouses.
Would you be interested in coming to my house sometime to sleep with me? See, we're both alone.
They decide to try an arrangement where they share a bed to keep each other company, but don't necessarily sleep together, if you know what we mean.
It's about getting through the night, you know? About lying down in bed together and talking through the night until we fall asleep, that kind of thing.
Their unconventional relationship is inevitably questioned by those around them, but viewers get to see the tender and unique bond that these two share.
When do we go into town, have lunch? Just take our time and enjoy ourselves?
In public?
Yeah.
Number 2, Set It Up.
The 2 of them are always in this office. Let's just lock them in a room together so they can have sex with each other.
Sometimes you just want a good old-fashioned romantic comedy, with all the meet-cutes, witty repartee, and totally predictable scenarios that the genre has to offer.
So, buddy, we wanted to shut down the elevator for a few minutes so 2 people could fall in love.
Set It Up will scratch that itch. Starring Zoe Deutsch and Glenn Powell in the lead roles, and Taye Diggs and Lucy Liu in the supporting roles, you know it's going to be charming from the cast alone. The premise is that 2 overworked assistants want to set up their bosses in order to make their lives easier. But obviously, not everything goes as planned. You probably know how this one ends, but that's really not what matters.
You're a know-it-all.
You are unbelievably bad at beer pong.
You're a sore winner. And you use too many exclamation points.
Number 1. To All the Boys I've Loved Before. But if this
wasn't what he wanted, then why did he come to the field of desire? It was fated that we should meet like this.
You probably could have guessed what our number 1 pick was going to be, but we don't mind being a little bit predictable when it comes to supporting a film like this one. To All the Boys I've Loved Before was the talk of the internet upon its release, and the more views it gets, the more fans it amasses. Based on a novel by Jenny Han, this story is about a girl named Laura Jean, whose secret love letters are unintentionally sent to the boys she wrote them about. Whoa, 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 whoa! What results is one of the most endearing movies to be released in recent years.
I'd always fantasized about falling in love in a field, but I just never thought it'd be the kind where you played lacrosse.
If you were here now, I wouldn't mind.
Do you agree with our picks?